Hello and namaste, welcome to your practice. I'm Cole Chance, if you haven't met me before, and this is my dog Teddy. And today we'll be doing just some slow, mindful movement, opening up the side body, opening up the breath, opening up the heart a bit. So I hope that you enjoy. So coming to a seat and come into kneeling first. So hips on the heels. You can sit up on a block if that is supportive. And close the eyes down or let the eyelids be heavy. And notice a couple things first that you can hear in the environment around you. Maybe 3 things that you can hear. And then as if you could gather that perception and turn it inwards, observe 3 things inside your body that you can feel. Maybe this is a pulse, a heartbeat, an emotion. 3 things that you feel on the inside. Just beginning to turn on interoception. That's when we turn our perception inside. And a really important component into being able to get to know ourselves better and to listen. Create that relationship. Bring your hands together. Press every finger into its other finger, and press the palms together so much you have a little bit of space underneath the armpits, and the shoulder blades come together on the back like you're gonna squeeze an orange. One more inhale. Full exhale. And then interlace the hands, and let's flip them back or flip them out so palms are out and push them away, and just get a stretch in the hands first. Maybe push heel of hand and then heel of hand forward. I can feel this in my forearms. It's nice. And then lift your arms up and notice how often we want to banana the back a little bit. I'll show you on the side. See if you can keep your front ribs pulling towards your back ribs. You can have a little bend in the arm as well. Palms flipping up. One more inhale. And then exhale, let's twist towards the right. So twist your whole rib cage over towards the right. And bring your awareness to your right shoulder blade, the very bottom tip of that wing. And as if it could kind of scoop in a little bit, scoop in at your mid-back, it lifts and supports your heart to open. So a little scoop there. Keep your torso twisted and release the arms down. Let them kind of fountain down that energy. Left hand goes on the outside of the right thigh. Right hand tense, spiders behind. Seated twist. Broadening from shoulder to shoulder, heart center pulling forward just slightly. And then release, come back to center, palms together. Inhale. And exhale, interlace the fingers, push the arms forward, maybe around the back a bit this time. And then inhale, lift the arms up, and same thing. Notice if you arch the back a lot, which is, it's fine, but we're wanting to integrate. So notice if you do. You have to notice before you can shift it. And then pull the front ribs towards the back ribs. You can slightly bend the elbows. Palms are facing up. Steady breath. And next exhale, begin to twist the rib cage, spiral the heart towards the left, and bring your awareness to the left shoulder blade, the bottom tip of the wing, and as if it could scoop in and support the heart up just a little bit. It's a micro adjustment, but it can be really nice. And then exhale, let the energy fountain down the hands as they drip down. Right hand on the outside of the left thigh, pressing in. Left fingertips float and find foundation behind you. Shoulder blades drawing together on the back, heart center pulling forward slightly. Maybe even lift the chin just a little bit. Lift through the ears, tips of the ears. And release, hands together. Unwind. And just 3 rounds of breath. Not fixing or managing it, just noticing if there's space, if it's restricted, just observing. And let the hands come down. We'll come into tabletop. So maneuver your way however you'd like to get in tabletop. Shoulders under the wrists, hips over the knees. And you may have been here a zillion times, but see if you can enter here with some curiosity. Fingertips spreading really wide and ground the fingers in, like kind of like a gecko palm. You have a little bit of suction cups and you're suctioning up through the center of the palm, Hasta Bandha. So centering up through the palm, then up through the arms. Roll the shoulders back just slightly so that the heart center can pull forward. And as you pull forward with the heart, soften the elbows and lift the tailbone. So moving into a real slow motion cow pose. Draw the hands and the knees towards one another so it accentuates here. And then maybe tuck the toes and send the hips back a little bit. So now you're in a little bit of a pounce pose. You can sway the hips. The hands are drawing back towards the knees so the heart can come forward. So it's like you're being pulled back by the tailbone. Pull the other way with the heart. And now let's reverse it. So begin to tuck the tailbone down. Imagine how the spine is all connected. By tucking the tailbone down, you begin to round at the low back, the mid back, the upper back. Chin goes to chest, press down through the hands, a big arch of the spine. Cat pose. Pressing down, down, down through the hands. And then push the hands towards the top of the mat, like away this time from the knees. We're finding some nuance, some detail here. And then now let's begin to move with breath. So the pelvis begins to drip, the elbows soften, the heart pulls forward as the hands and knees draw towards one another, maybe a little bit of a pounce. And then exhale, push and round. Inhale. The whole spine waves as you arch, gaze forward, pouncing, child's pose. And then exhale. Begin the movement with the tailbone. So the tail begins to tuck. The low back, mid back, upper back, round, chin to chest, pressing down through the hands. Tuck the toes here if they're not already, and begin to lift the knees, and then arch the spine so that the hips, the sit bones are up, and glide yourself back to downward facing dog. Be really generous in the knees here. Maybe spread the feet wider than you normally would. And pedal out through the hands, through the feet. Big breath. And let's come into a really little downward dog. So walk your feet forward. Bring your feet to, the edges of your mat. And you can bend the knees as much as you'd like. Take the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Maybe you grab for the heel. You can gaze under the left armpit. Steady breath. Release and switch. So right hand firmly pressing down, left arm grabbing for the outside of the leg. Maybe for the heel, twisting, gazing up. Slow release and walk the feet outside of the hands. Bring the elbows to the knees and take a wide squat. So you can come into Malasana. You can also keep the hands on the ground and come into a wide squat here. Options. And we'll take another twist. So we're getting lots of twisting. The right hand is going to plant down right underneath the face. Bend more into the right leg. Left hand grabs onto the earth and pulls back, draws back very, very slowly. Unwind. Open, open. You can stay right here. You can also take the left hand behind the back, maybe to the sacrum. Maybe it comes to the inside of the right thigh. Continue to rotate the heart open, external rotation of the top arm. If the arm is bound, then bring it back up on an inhale, reach, reach, reach towards the sky. And then exhale, drip it all back down. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. And exhale, fold. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So the left knee bends deeply, left hand plants, lengthen the arm, and then the right fingertips come down to the ground, and then we're gonna pull back. So like you're drawing back on a bow, deeply bend into the left leg, all the way up. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Staying right here, maybe bending the top arm, maybe taking a bind. Just mindfully moving slow, feeling in, observing. Then inhale, reach long, reach high, and exhale, coming all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, wave the spine up, find length, heart reaches, and exhale all the way back. Let's come back into downward facing dog. So walk the feet, this time more of a traditional length. And inhale, reach the right leg up. Lift through the right inner thigh, and then bend the left standing leg a little bit. And actually bend it so much, let's bend it more, bend it so much that it comes onto the belly. So doing a really long, it's like you're trying to reach back and touch your toes towards the back wall or something, the right toes. One more inhale here. And then exhale, the right knee is slowly gonna come down halfway up your mat. So slowly touch the right knee down, and the left leg will extend behind. Flex the foot. Let's not arch too much in the back. So like we did whenever we were kneeling, pull the front ribs towards the back ribs. Lengthen the tailbone down towards the heel. Continue to lengthen and lift up through the inner left thigh. And then let's take the left toes towards the right back corner of the mat. Just touch them down. And then we'll spiral the right shin around. Left fingertips stay into the left corner of the mat, left heel drop. So starting to spiral open here. Put a lot of weight into the right hand, and we're gonna come open really slowly, really sloth-like, with the left arm reaching, 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 but continue to push down through the right arm. Slowly open, 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 and then exhale, circle the arm back towards the left corner of the mat. Now we're gonna walk both hands over towards the left. As you walk over towards the left, then flip the left toes up. So you're onto the heel here. The left arms come kind of catty corner out, or kitty corner, depending on where you're from. So options, you can keep the left leg lengthened, or you can bend into the left leg. So wherever you'd like to be. So you're getting into the hip here, pull back on the left hip crease. And then we're also gonna wave the spine at the same time. Continue to pull back at the left hip crease. Think about an outer spiral. And then in the spine, every time you lift up, as if the heart could reach, lengthen forward. One more inhale, rise up, and exhale all the way back around to where you were. Downward facing dog, just kind of unwind, push back. And let's switch sides. Inhale, the left leg lifts, lift through the inner thigh. The right leg bends here. Bend so much that the thigh comes onto the belly. Reach the left toes back. One more inhale here. You're really long, like you're gonna touch the toe at the back wall. And then exhale, the left knee slowly comes down halfway up the mat. Inhale, the right leg comes back. And be integrated in the core here. So pull the front ribs towards the back ribs. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heel and lift through the right inner thigh. Crown of the head is also reaching towards the top of the mat. One more inhale. And then exhale, right toes come to the left back corner of the mat. And we pivot on the left foot. Take the right hand to the right corner of your mat. I don't even have a mat, I'm just having an invisible mat here. And then bring the right heel down. So you kind of know where we're going now. And it's gonna be a really slow open. So open with resistance, as if somebody was pulling on your right arm. Push down in your left hand. And slowly, slowly open. And then exhale. Right hand comes back where it was. And walk arm over arm, hand over hand to the back of the mat. As you move over, then rotate the top toes up. The hands are off the corner of the mat, and then you can bend or lengthen that leg. So finding where you want to be here, it might be different than the other side. And find some wave and movement in the body. Big breath. One more inhale, lift up and come all the way back around. One more downward facing dog, pivot around. Inhale, lift the heels, and exhale, slowly drip the knees down. Set the hips back to the heels where we began. Take the palms in the lap, turn them up. A gesture of receiving, a gesture of also surrender, acceptance, receptivity. So notice if any of those words landed. And let this open palm serve as that intention. We'll finish here with a few moments of listening. Movement, asana, is one tool that we can use to get to know ourselves, to listen. So movement, we use stillness in the same way. Noticing, observing. Kind of like how we began. Notice 3 things that you can hear around you. And then 3 things that you can feel, turning perception inward in interoception. 3 things you can feel inside you. Easy check-in to do at any time of the day. It's a wonderful tool to ground us in the present. And bring your hands together. And let's take a deep inhale together. And a full out breath to close your practice, maybe bowing forward, maybe bowing your head, whatever feels like closure to you. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you'd like to learn more about me, again, my name is Cole Chance, then you can head over to my website, colechanceyoga.com. All kinds of things going on there. And thank you so much for joining us here at Yoga TX, and I hope to see you again on your mat.